Hello, my beautiful people. You're welcome to Naho Blessed Fashion. If you're new here, you're highly welcome. I am Blessing, and I would like you to join this beautiful family. All you will do is to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified whenever I upload a new video. If you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome back. So today we are going to be making this beautiful RiRi dress, as you can see, with underbust corset. Okay, so if this is what you want to learn, definitely keep on watching. So to start, I'm going to fold my fabric into two, just like this. Okay, my fabric is folded into two, and then I'm going to cut the front piece. Okay, then we are going to use the front piece to cut the back piece. So I'm just marking a straight line. That's my starting line. Okay, my measurement is going to start from this line. So from the starting line, I'm going to mark my bust measurement, which is 10 inches, and then my underbust, which is 13 inches, and my waistline is 16 inches, but I'm going to make it 17 inches because of the gathers at the waistline. I don't want it to sit at my exact waistline because of the corset. Okay, so I'm going to be using 17 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance, which is 18 inches. So I marked 18 inches at my waistline. I'm just going to mark the same thing. My bust is 10 inches, 13 inches for underbust, and 18 inches for my waistline. That includes 1 inch sewing allowance. I hope that is clear. That's the allowance to join it to the gathers. Okay, so I'll just create a straight line just like this, as you can see. Next, I'm going to mark my shoulder divide by 2. Okay, I'll mark that out, and then I'll add 3.5 inches to cover up the shoulder. It will serve like the sleeve. Okay, if you don't want it to cover up your shoulder completely, you can use like 2 inches. It's still fine. And then I'm going to come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and for my neck width I'll be using 3 inches for the neck width. Okay, then I'll connect it to my shoulder slope just like this. For my neck depth, I'm going to be using 1.5 inch for the back neck depth and then 2 inches for the front neck depth. I'm going to connect them to the neck width of 3 inches. Okay, just like this. So this is the back neckline. Okay, and the 2 inches is for the front neckline, the same neck width. We are going to first cut out the back neckline so that we can use it to cut our back piece. And for the armhole depth, I'm going to make use of 7 inches. That's my shoulder divided by 2. Okay, I'm going to make use of 7 inches. Then I'm just going to create a straight line just like this. So this is just like 2 inches above my bust measurement. Okay, and this will serve as my chest line. Okay, either chest line or armhole depth line, anyone you call it. And then to create our armhole, I'm going to mark my round bust measurement divide by 4, and I'll add 0.2 inch. I'll be using that to turn my armhole with a bias. Okay, so you can make your armhole straight, you can make it a little curvy just like this. Okay, so I'm just going to connect it from the shoulder slope to the bust measurement. Remember, I added 0.2 inch. Okay, because of my bias. Then I'm going to add my sewing allowance. I have my bust measurement at the chest line already. I'll add 1.5 inch for sewing allowance. Okay, then at my waistline, if you're using a stretchy fabric, you don't need to you don't need a dart. Okay, so you just mark your body measurement, but I'm going to use that. I'm using, this is a normal crepe, so I'm just going to mark out my dart, which is 3.5 inches. Okay, on my chest line and my underbust line. I'm going to connect it all the way to my bust line just like this. Okay, and then I'm going to take my dart of 1 inch at my waistline on both sides. I'm going to come down with 0.7 inch from my bust line. That is because I don't want my dart to start from my exact bust line. You can even make use of, you can even come down by 1 inch is fine. And I'm going to convert it to the dart at the waistline, just like this. Okay. Next, at my underbust line, I'm going to mark my underbust measurement divide by 4. I have it already, and then I'm going to take note of the dart I have at that line. Okay, I'm going to replace it and add my sewing allowance. I hope that is clear. At the waistline too, I'm going to mark my waist divide by 4, and then I'm going to add my dart, 2-inch dart, and then add my sewing allowance. So anywhere you take that, make sure you replace them so you don't run short of fabric. Okay. Next, I will connect my waist to my underbust just like this, and then my underbust to my chest line just like this. I hope that is clear. Okay, I make sure I add all my darts at the waistline, at the underbust. For the bust line, we don't have any darts, so it's just your measurements and the sewing allowance. I'll go ahead and cut this out. I'll cut out the back neckline first, okay? Then my shoulder, my waist line. Remember we added 1 inch to join the down part together with the upper part, okay? So we made use of 18 inches. I hope that is clear. And then I'm going to cut out the sides just like this. Watch me carefully, okay? And this is our armhole. Like I said, you can make it straight, you can make it curvy. Anyhow you want it is fine. And this is what we have, okay? This is our allowance, sewing allowance. So I'm just going to use this piece to cut out the back piece before I cut out the front neckline, okay? So for the back, I'm using 1.5 inch for my zipper allowance. 1.5 inch for the zipper allowance. I'll place the front piece just like this, taking note of my zipper allowance. Okay, make sure you leave your zipper allowance. Okay, I'm going to place it and just cut it out just like this. I'm going to notch the dart, okay, so I can know where I'm going to place my dart when I'm sewing the back piece too. Guys, if you haven't given this video a thumbs up, please do that, okay? Like the video, okay? I'll go ahead and cut the back neckline too, the back neckline, okay? And drop a comment if you can, okay? I really appreciate, guys. Drop a comment, like the video. If you haven't subscribed, please, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, hit the subscribe button, okay? You are going to see wonderful, beautiful tutorials here and you will love it. Okay, I'm going to cut open this back center piece just like this. Remember, the front piece is on fold, but the back is open because of our zipper. Then I'm going to come in from the waistline. I'm going to come in by 0.75, yeah, and then connect it straight to the neckline just like this. This is to eliminate zipper bulge at the waistline, okay? If you do this, you're going to eliminate zipper bulge at the waistline. You want your zip to sit perfectly, okay? So I will just go ahead and cut the front neckline now, okay? So this is the front neckline, okay? So I'm going to show you how I'm going to stitch my dart, okay? So you just, this is what we have, okay, as you can see. So you just hold your dart like this, okay? And then for the sake of beginners, just stitch it straight like this, follow the lines, okay? You're going to do the same thing to the second side. Make sure you locate, I've already notched it, so you locate where your dart is going to stop. Take note of that and then stitch it down with the 1 inch you marked, okay? I'll do the same thing to the back piece, okay? Stitch down my dart of the same 1 inch, and for the length is going to stop at my bust line. The back is going to stop at the bust line. Okay, I'm going to cut out a facing for my my neck line. Okay, I'm going to turn the neck with a facing. So fold your fabric like this. Okay, you know your front center front is on fold, so make sure you fold your lining too. Okay, and then you cut it out. Somebody asked me if she can use the same lining to turn the neckline and the armhole together, and I told the person sewing is about creativity. The fact that I did it this way doesn't mean that it must be done this way. Okay, we are just giving you an idea of how it is done. It doesn't mean that it must be done this way, so you just have to be creative in your own way. Okay, you can use different method to get the same results. All you want is a good result at the end of the day, so try to be creative in your own way. You can try out styles you're not sure of in pattern paper or some um pieces, okay, before you start cutting it from your actual fabric. Just sewing is about creativity. Nobody's perfect. You just imagine it from your head. How am I going to achieve this? Just try to imagine or try to just try it out, and before you know, you can come up with something very nice, something very unique. Okay, so it's all about creativity. There is no special way of achieving a particular style. Okay, I hope this encourage somebody out there. You don't have to wait for someone to tell you what to do. Try to be creative. Okay, I'm going to place my lining right side facing, my fabric right side facing up, and then I'll place my lining just like this, and then I'll stitch it with half an inch. Okay, your fabric right side facing up, place your lining on the right side of your fabric. Okay, stitch it with half inch, and then push it, open it up, and then push the allowance to the lining side and stop stitch. Okay, I hope that is clear. I'll do the same thing to the back piece. Place your lining on the right side of your fabric, stitch it with half inch and stop stitch on the lining. Okay, I'll show you that I've done that, guys. I've stitched it down with half inch. Okay, and then I push the allowance to the lining side just like this, and I stop stitch, and this is how it looks at the in the front side. Okay, I'm going to gum the lining to the fabric so it doesn't move. Okay, this is optional. Once you stop stitch, you don't really need to do that. It's going to sit well, but I'm going to do that. Okay, I'm using a hemming gum to gum my lining to my fabric. I just wanted to leave space for weaving. Okay, I'm not gumming everything because I need to weave it, just the neck area, so it will sit well. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same thing to the back piece too. As you can see, my lining is intact. Okay, it has no reason to move. So I did the same thing to the back piece, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to do is to place my back piece right side facing each other, my two back piece right side facing. Okay, and I'm going to make a loose stitch at the zipper area. The zipper, that's 1.5 inch we left for the zipper. A loose stitch all the way to the waist. Okay, we are going to lose it because of our zipper. Okay, we just want to finish this up before we attach the zipper. So I'm going to place it right side facing the right side of the front piece, the back piece right side facing. Okay, and then I'll stitch the shoulder with half inch and stitch the side with my sewing allowance. While you're sewing, make sure you're taking note of your measurement as well. Okay, don't just sew because you kept 1.5 inch sewing allowance. Try to take note of your measurements. So guys, I've done that. The next thing I'll be doing is to turn my armhole with my bias. Okay, so I'm going to open my bias. I'm going to start from the down part. Okay, I'm going to start from the down part. Okay, open your bias, and then you're going to stitch from the first crease line. Okay, I'll place my bias right side facing the right side of my fabric, just like this, right side facing, and then I will stitch at the first crease line. Okay, and then I'll fold it back. You know, it comes on fold. Okay, so I'll fold it back, and then I will turn it to the wrong side of my dress, just like this, and then stop stitch. I hope that is clear. I've done that. As you can see, I've attached my bias nicely. Next, I'll open the back side a little, just like this. That's the zipper area, just so I can attach the down part to the upper part. Okay, so for the down part, the width I'll be using for the down part is 120 inches. Okay, I'll be using 120 inches. I'm just trying to show you that. Okay, so I cut out 120 inches for the down part, and then for the length of the down part, you're going to start your measurement from your half length. My half length is 17 inches. I'm going to start the measurement from that 17 inches to where I want the dress length to be. Okay, if you want it all the way to the floor, it's fine. If you want it like a 3/4, is fine. Okay, but start your measurement from the half length. I hope that is clear. So I made a loose stitch. From one of the ends, just like this, and then I'm making a gathers. You get one strand of your loose stitch, and then just gather it up just like this. I will gather it to meet up with my round waist measurements with my sewing allowance. Okay, so you gather it up. You can take the round waist measurement of your dress. Okay, you gather it up and also add the allowance for the zipper area. Okay, so I'm going to get the upper part of my dress, and I'm going to place it right side facing. I'll start from the zipper area. Okay, right side facing, right side of the down part facing the right side of the upper part. Okay, I'll place it right side facing, and I'm going to stitch it all the way around with 1 inch. Remember, we left 1 inch for hemming allowance, right? We left 1 inch to join the upper part and the down part together, so I'm going to use that 1 inch to join them together, just like this. Okay, so you just go ahead, arrange it very well, make sure it's right side facing, and then you stitch it all the way around with 1 inch. Okay guys, I've gone ahead to stitch it like I said. I also weave it. Okay, and this is how it looks at the right side. Okay, and for the zipper, I've gone ahead to attach my zipper. If you have problem with your zipper, please, I have a tutorial on that in my channel. Then I stitch down the remaining opening all the way to the end. For the underbutt corset, I'm going to drop the tutorial separately. This video is too long already. Okay, this is it. I'm going to drop the tutorial. Okay, and this is our dress, guys, and our corset is just so nice. Like, I love the outcome. I can't wait to rock this to church, like, seriously. Okay guys, I hope you like this video. I hope you find value in this video. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't go with my likes, please, and drop a comment if you can. I will really appreciate. Okay, thank you so much, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye. I will drop the tutorial link somewhere here. Just click on it. Okay.